Hello, Idaho State University's Disability Services welcomes you to this training video. This training video covers the student steps for scheduling exams through the Disability Services Student Online Portal. Please note that we will use the term DS for Disability Services for brevity's sake. To get to the Services Portal, for existing students, go to our main homepage, isu.edu/disability services. At our homepage, you'll notice that there is a section for Services Portal for existing students. You can either click on this image with the Service Portal name on it or the button below it. So this section right here, you can decide what you'd like to click on, and it will take you to the Services Portal for existing students. It has some information you can look over, including tutorials, but the main focus of what we'll be doing is getting to the Services Portal. So go ahead and click on that button. Once you click on that, this is where you can actually put in your credentials, your sign-on. Now, please be aware that the sign-on for the Disability Student Online Suite is unique to this suite. Your username is not the same as Bengal Web or other ISU accounts, unless when you set up your username and password for this services portal, you made it your Bengal Web information. If you made it the same as your Bengal Web information, then it will, of course, be the same as your current Bengal Web information. So now I'm going to log in as a student. So I'll put in my sign-on credentials. These passwords can be hard to remember, so I'll make sure to save it. Wonderful. And yeah, if you don't have an app on this, such as on Google Chrome, it is nice to have that saved if you feel comfortable saving it to your computer, which I think is a great idea. If you notice, once you get signed on, there's actually a required form that you need to do. So this required form right here. Now, what you'll want to do is you'll want to click on the student's responsibilities for alternative testing. Once you do, you'll want to just make sure that you look through all the details on that page. The student responsibilities for alternative testing, and please let us know. We are so glad to have you test with us. We just want to make sure you're aware of certain things, such as there are video cameras in our testing, so that you can make sure that you know what to expect and have an enjoyable experience with us. Now, it's important, once you feel comfortable, and please let us know if you have any questions about this, you will want to put in your name. If you notice, the system already gave you a name. So I'm using Benny the Bengal, our wonderful mascot, and you'll just want to make sure to sign it exactly as the name in the database, and it reminds you of that. So once you feel comfortable, type in your name verbatim exactly and click the submit form. Then that way you just have a really good acknowledgement of what's going on, and we appreciate that. Now that you're signed in, you can actually go over to the My Accommodation section and go to Alternative Testing. So it's that third option. So again, within My Accommodations, go to Alternative Testing. Wonderful. Now that you've done that, you can go and look at the alternative testing agreements. You might have more than one. It looks like currently for this semester, I just have the one, and this was something the instructor did beforehand. And now that I am ready to take my exam, I will go in here and actually select the course I want to schedule for. So I'm testing the Testing 1101 Section 2 course, The Art of Alternative Testing, and that's the last thing is the CRN. I want to select that, so now I can schedule an exam for that course. All right, and you'll just want to carefully look over the terms and conditions of scheduling, and you can check when that class is, so it pulls up there so you don't have to do any guesswork. And now you'll want to fill out the exam details. So to do that, you can click on the exam type. Now, this is just a standard exam. It's the first exam of the summer, so I'll just fill that out. Wonderful. And then the date, oh yeah, my teacher said, and according to the syllabus as well, that my first test is going to be June 2nd. Okay. And the time, let's see, what time does the rest of the class start? Because that will work for me. 9:30 a.m. Wonderful. And then, ooh, I have different accommodations I can choose from. So I am going to choose my reduced distraction testing as well as my computer for testing because I'll need it for this class. And if I had any additional notes I'd like to put in, I could click on that and then click Add Exam Request. Now that I've done that, it reminds me that I need to probably change a few things. And look at that. Okay, so it's reminding me that I did it on the weekend, it looks like. So that's what's really good is if you get something that goes wrong, and kind of wanted to bring this up in case there was an error, you'll just want to check your work. So I realized I actually probably did it on the weekend. So I probably need to check that. And now that I've done it June 4th, re-looked at the syllabus and emailed my teacher. He said the 4th, not the 2nd, and I just forgot about that. So that's what's good about the exam details. They'll remind you of if you have a slip up. So hopefully that was a good example of if an error comes up, you don't have to get too worried. You can always contact your instructor or work with our office, or you can kind of just double check what you've done because maybe you just clicked on something by accident or put in a weekend date instead of the week date that it's due. All right, now that you've clicked it, the system lets you know that your exam was scheduled successfully. So now that you've scheduled your exam and you've gotten the green check mark and it's successfully gone through, please just check your emails so that you can make sure to do any follow-up action. Otherwise, you should be good. At this point, we'll approve the exam on our side, and then we'll just keep you updated via email as needed. And then we'll see you at one of our wonderful testing centers. We're so glad to have you. This is a new process, so if you have any questions, concerns, or feedback, we would really like to hear from you. We appreciate your feedback, and we appreciate you working with our office. Thank you so much for listening to this training video. We hope you enjoyed it.